Hello, Heisters, and welcome to another episode of. Well, I guess it's not really Heist with Elisabeth today. I guess it's more Heist or Patchnotes. At least that's what I put in the title with Elisabeth and Mio. Let me see if I can just. I want to see if I can full screen this chat so we can see what you're all saying. Let's see.
Wait, we're not heisting today?
We're not heisting. We're heisting the Patchnotes.
Oh, I was lied to.
But yes, no, this is Mio. Maybe you want to do an introduction for people who may not know who you are?
Yes, hello, I'm Mudra Kovacevic, also known as Mio. I am a senior game designer here at Starbreeze on Payday 3. I've been on the project since 2019 and still am here.
Yeah. And he's going to help me go through patch notes today because we're going to talk about what is coming in syntax error. And, I mean, I don't work directly in production myself, so my insight is limited compared to, the insight of a senior game designer. So he's here to help me go through it. Shall we just get into it? Patch with team, exactly, Jones, exactly. All right, let's see if I can figure out how to... This should be this scene that we need to go to, I believe.
This is... If you press that one, you turn off the stream.
Okay.
Did we turn off the stream by accident?
Are we on the correct... Hang on. Are we on the correct scene? Okay, yeah, we are, I think. Are we?
I don't see. Okay,
Yeah,
I see it.
Yeah.
You might want to have like the video preview.
Yeah,
on YouTube
I think that... All right, so we're going to go through the next update, which will be update 1.1.0. That's right, we're moving up into the numbers, the bigger numbers. All right, I'm getting the keyboard over here so I can actually do things properly and see things properly. Woo!
Yeah. And before we start, by
Thank
the
you,
way,
Sprin.
folks, we'll be mostly going through the patch notes together and the highlights
Yeah.
of the update. But if we have time after that, we can probably pick up a few questions.
That's
So,
the goal, yeah.
Yeah.
And obviously these are highlights, so we're not going to go through a complete set of what's coming in the update. There's going to be a lot of bug fixes and balance changes probably that we're not going to be able to cover today, but you will get the complete patch notes on release day.
Remember to move the mic closer when you speak.
Yep.
Are we okay? Can you hear us properly, chat? If not, let us know and we'll move
okay.
closer.
It was okay, but
We'll tag team.
All right. So let's get started with the first slide, which is just an overview of what we're going to be talking about, which is of course the DLC, which is syntax error. You may have heard about it a little bit in the dev update. It has a new enemy, which we briefly talked about, the Techie. And of course, we're going to go more into detail about her. And then we're going to have just a general topic about what else is in the update. Because it's not just a DLC. It's not just a new enemy. It's going to be more. But we're going to start with syntax error. Which is a very beautiful key art, may I add. This is the key art for the upcoming heist. Looks very cool. You can see the heisters are within Scry Digital. And they're up to something. You can see a bunch of drones around there too. It looks really cool. Syntax error is your favorite phrase at work. That's nice. Syntax error, but IRL. But yeah, some backstory. If you didn't watch the dev update, Brandon explains it better than I did, but I can go through it again. It is after combing through the files on Patricia Shark's hard drive, Shade uncovers something of great interest: combat data for a cutting-edge drone operating system. The program appears capable of endowing just about any collection of drones with military-grade coordination and target acquisition. It's not yet clear what this combat data is doing on a bank server, but one thing is obvious: the drone system is worth an absolute fortune on the black market.
Do we want to like move a bit so people can
Oh, shit.
screenshot it?
Yeah, I'm covering it. Help!
You have your.
I don't know. Even if I duck, my chair is still in the way.
That was your screenshot opportunity, chat. Sorry.
Yeah, but yeah, I'll do the same thing we did last time as well, where I was able to put this on the website after the stream. So if you're not able to see the full thing now, I will post it later as well so you can see it without me or my chair in front of the presentation. But let's keep going. I know one big question we've had ahead of this is because of how it worked in Payday 2, right? You could always join a friend if they own the heist and you didn't. You can still do that in Payday 3 as well. If you don't own the DLC heist, you can join through a friend who owns it, or even a friend of a friend if they invite you. Yeah, maybe we should shrink us. Hang on, let me see if I can pull OBS up. Troubleshooting my own stream. Usually Seb does this, but
he's gone now.
he has left us behind.
It's just us.
Oh no, that's the wrong scene. I need this one. I'm working on it. This one? Alright, we're gonna shrink.
There we go.
There you go. Is this better, right?
Yeah, I think that will. Now it's better.
Alright.
We can see the entire slide.
You rang.
No, we're fixing it. We're fixing it. We're good.
You got it?
It's
Yeah.
fine. We're professionals.
I don't know where the presentation went though. I think I have it again. Okay, cool. All right, back to your presentation. We were talking about.
Did you transition so it actually shrinks?
Yeah, I
Oh.
don't think it actually shrank us. I think
shit.
we have to go back and forth.
You just click the same scene and transition again.
Okay, there we go. Did that
Yeah.
work?
Yeah.
All right,
okay.
cool. I forget that you need to confirm your edits when you're in studio mode. All right, now you can see it more. You know what? Let's go back. There we go, and I'll duck. That's a better screenshot for you all.
I mean, you can read it normally and then duck.
I mean, I already read this. I was just saying, going back so
Ah,
people
oh.
can get the screenshots.
Gotcha.
But let's continue. We were talking about the fact that you can just join an invite, and of course that works cross-platform as well. So if you have a friend on a PC or owns the DLC and you're on Xbox and you don't, you can still join on your friend and play the new Heist. So we have some screenshots as well. And don't worry, we're gonna do questions. I see you're asking about numbers for weapon stats. We can do more questions afterwards. We've gone through this. But here's the new building. You can see I believe it's the headquarters for Sky Digital. You can get a peek inside their lobby. You can get some logo on their wall. It looks really cool. It's a really cool building.
We can't steal the logo, sadly.
Sadly, that would be cool. Yeah, you can see the drones in the. I believe this is in the basement.
Yes, this is so. Without going
Yep.
too much into spoilers, you have the upper floor, which is for customers and clients, but we are not customers nor clients. We are thieves, so we're going down in the super secure basement to steal the servers.
And I see a question here, just kind of works with the topic we're on. Is syntax error stealthable? I believe it is, right?
Yes, so
Yeah.
this heist is possible in both stealth and loud.
Yep. I tried to stealth it earlier today. I couldn't. I did not get far.
I've heard some people say that, at least internally testing, that stealth might be easier than loud.
To be fair, on my work account, I don't have my stealth build, so it was really hard. But yeah, more pictures. This is also near the basement, I believe. But it looks really cool setup. And I can't wait for you all to be able to explore it firsthand.
Yeah, got the little shot there of a mystery espresso machine on the left.
Wait, which one? This one?
Look at that. It looks like an espresso machine.
Kind of does, doesn't it?
But what is it actually, chat? We'll find out next week.
Yeah. But yeah, let's talk about the new enemy. I've seen a lot of you talking about the Techie. Been waiting for the Techie reveal. Well, she is here, and she has brought combat drones. And you may also seen in the dev update that she's hiding behind a refraction shield, because that's basically her thing, is that she's gonna hide somewhere in the map and then send drones after you, and then you need to go figure out where she is and be able to take her out to get her drones out of you. Or you could even hack the drones with the new skills line, which we're gonna talk about later as well. But yeah, do you want to add anything about the Techie?
Yep. So yeah, with the Techie, she's only going to be available in syntax error for now. The reason is because we still have some work that we would like to wrap up on her, mostly involving drone navigation. For those who aren't familiar with what that means, basically, our AI in the game needs to know how to run on the floor and through doors and upstairs and all of that stuff. And drones, because they fly, they don't use the floor or the ground. They require us to do that separately. So that's still work in progress. One other thing that we will be doing is when she is available on all heists in the future, she will also have another drone type. I'll wait until we have closer to release to explain what that does. But yeah, she is. She's meant to do some hide and seek gameplay, so she will hide, summon drones. When she is hiding, the way you find her is your HUD, so your like health, your ammo, your friends' health. It's gonna be glitched out, and the closer you are to her, the more glitched out it gets, and that's basically your clue how to find her and eliminate her to stop the drones from spawning. And yeah, you can also set up an ECM jammer if you want to stop drones from spawning. And like Elizabeth said, you can hack the drones with a specific skill. One thing we would like for you all to do is if you play the heist and encounter the techie and the drones, please let us know what you think. Is it too difficult? Is it too hard? Is it just right? Do you have any other suggestions? Because for a while she's going to be only in syntax error, but this is a good opportunity for people to give direct feedback on an enemy before we roll it out everywhere, especially because we have the Nair, which is the new enemy for Payday 3, and that one was a bit easier to figure out because it's kind of like area denial, just like a cloud of very dangerous gas. But this one is a bit more complicated, and I would argue she's a bit more difficult to handle. So would be good if there are any issues to let us know before you have to deal with her in every single heist in the game.
Yeah. Also, a good question from Sidge there. Does she appear once per heist or multiple times?
She has the same frequency as a dozer, so she will spawn before dozers do usually, depending on how fast you do the heist. But once you eliminate a techie, it'll take a while until another one spawns, so we want to make it worthwhile to actually go and stop her. That said, if the FBI is active, she will spawn more frequently, so I recommend dealing with the FBI van before you deal with her.
Unless you want to see more techies.
Yes.
But yeah, let's keep going. If I miss some questions, we can always come back to it towards the end of the stream as well. I'm going to take this back for a little bit so people can hear me properly.
Oh, I saw one question, sorry.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
So because it's related to Techie, what if you're hacking a drone and it gets shot by someone or crew AI? So when you hack a drone, with the skill, it is immune to damage for 6 seconds and then it self-destructs. So you can hack a drone without any fear. It'll have 6 seconds of murdering SWAT units.
Nice, there you go. Alright, but in addition to the new heist, in addition to the techie, we of course also have a weapon pack that is coming out as part of syntax error. Again, nice little bit of key art here. You can see them all on display, but we will of course go more into detail on each of the weapons. Now, I'm no weapon expert. Actually, do you maybe want to take this one and talk through them, or?
Yeah. So I'm not on weapons, but I can just add my 2 cents to all of these. So this is a new SMG, the War 45. The general idea behind this weapon is that it's a more high damaging SMG. So if you kind of like the feel of the submachine guns in the game, but thought they needed a little bit more oomph, this is a pretty good one to go with, in my opinion. And as a SMG fan, I did enjoy using it.
Yeah, and there's also some of the mods that you can see on the side for it there that will also be available in this pack. But there's more. There's also this shotgun, which I believe I've seen quite a few people excited for.
Yes, so I like magazine-based shotguns. When I played Payday 2, I could not enjoy shotguns the first time until I got a magazine-based one. So if you had the same issue with shotguns in Payday 3 right now, this is very good because you don't have to load it shell by shell or reload it all the time like the Moscone. You can just reload a magazine.
I also see someone asking, are SMGs still considered primary weapons? I believe so, right?
SMGs are still considered primary weapons. We are aware that there are requests to make SMGs or certain weapons that are primary more like secondaries. We are aware of it and we're looking into it, but I can't comment more on that.
Also, I see Beecroft in chat, so just a quick hello to Beecroft, one of our Starbreeze partners. And this is the last one, the marksman rifle. I don't know if what can we say about the marksman rifle?
Okay, so this is a weird one. So this is a, I think like some people I refer to it as the pea shooter marksman rifle. So this is a very good marksman rifle if you like landing consistent shots, because it has a very big magazine that has high fire rate, and it rewards repeatedly shooting headshots. And because it doesn't have super high stopping power, you won't have the issue you might have with certain guns where you shoot an enemy and they fall over and then you need to re-aim your follow-up shot and readjust it. So you can kind of just like completely unload like in a more stationary target.
Yep, and that's the weapons that are coming in the weapon pack. But wait, there's more. There's also going to be some new cosmetics for your weapons. It's going to be a new sticker. You can see it up there, a little blue screen of death. Very cute, looks very sad. And a whistleblower charm, which is the USB stick you can see on the side there. That will also be part of the weapon pack. And I see someone asking, paid weapon pack? Yes, the weapon pack is paid. If you own the silver or the gold edition, this is included though. So it's only if you own the standard version or potentially play on Xbox Game Pass where this would not be included and you would need to purchase it separately. But there is more than that, of course. We also have a tailor pack. I know a lot of people have been excited to see this part in the dev update. I think I already know which one's going to be the fan favorite, but let's go through all of them. See immediately nerd mask. Yep, that's the one. But it's going to be the beta test mask, which can be really nicely paired with the digital ops suit, and you also have gloves, of course, called the pulse check. They're all kind of determined to be part of separate outfits, but you can, of course, mix and match however you want when you get your hands on this. And here it is, everyone's favorite, based on the dev update anyway. This is the Poindexter mask. Which pairs really well with the disgruntled worker suit and the Make History gloves. This one's hard. Everyone loves this one. It's so good. Love seeing all the nerd emojis in chat. It's really good. But then there's also this one. There's the Overlord mask. Goes really well with the Mr. IT suit or the Strict Force gloves. And of course, we also have the Commander 53 mask with the Urban Runner suit and the hard knuckle gloves. And again, these are just, are how we see that they all fit together. You can mix and match yourself if you want to put the nerd mask on this guy, for example.
That mask is my favorite.
This one is really cool. I really like this one.
Yeah.
And if you want to see more of a close-up on the gloves, this is what they all look like. It's kind of hard to see in the first picture, so we've added this one as well. This is what all the gloves look like. And yeah, let's see. Someone asked if the masks are level locked. I don't believe so.
I don't believe so.
No.
I know that.
Oh my god.
Whoa.
Snow is falling off the roof outside.
Yeah.
That was loud.
Somebody's trying to drill into the office.
Yep.
So the masks are not level locked, to my knowledge. The weapons are also not level locked, but they will cost a small amount of cash from the vendor once you unlock them, so that you could have multiple copies of them if you want to mod them differently. So they're gonna act like all the other weapons in the game, except they're available from the first level if you own the DLC.
Yeah. And there's also someone asking if the gloves have color variants. I don't believe they.
I don't know.
I don't actually know, but I don't believe they'll do. But we'll find that out for sure, and be sure to inform of that in the store page text as well. So before you make your purchase, if you're on the fence, and if that's the deciding factor, you will be able to know for sure if they have color variants. But yeah, let's talk about what else is coming. Now, this next part is going to be what is free. So if you just own a standard edition, you don't want to buy gold or silver, or even if you do, own the gold and silver, you will get these masks. Really sick masks. I really love the design of all of these. They look really cool.
And yeah, just to clarify, these masks are level locked, but they're not super high level. I don't remember offhand which levels they are. But you can also customize them, so you can recolor them, put patterns on them, so they act kind of like the regular mask you can get from the in-game vendor.
Yep. And of course, this is what we mentioned earlier. You can hack drones now with the help of this new skill line, which is also something that will be available to everyone for free, regardless of whether you own the DLC or not. You will be able to get the Scrambler skill line, which is a nice little throwback to the hacker skill line. Do you want to talk more about the skill line?
Sure. So I can just run people through all the skills real quick. So the base version of the Scrambler, I have to lean over because
It's a bit high.
yeah, because our setup is kind of where we have the monitor and then behind there is a bigger monitor.
Yep.
But so the Scrambler skill line lets you hack drones.
Again for the screenshot.
They let you hack drones, whether they're stealth drones or combat drones and loud from the Techie. So the stealth drones are unusable for 7 seconds, so they're just gonna stand still, frozen, and you can walk past them and they won't detect you. For combat drones, they will be hacked for 6 seconds. They will fight on your side and then self-destruct, and you get 1 runtime. which for those who don't know, our hacker skill line also uses run times for hacking cameras. So this skill synergizes with that. So this will let you hack one additional camera. But the hacker skill line also means that if you have 2 run times, you can hack 2 drones in parallel. And then the aced version is whenever you place a tool, so an ECM jammer or a micro camera or whatever, you gain rush. Then the first upgrade in the line, speed hack. So as long as you have rush and an ECM jammer is active, your hacking attempts, phone searches, and QR code interactions are 50% faster, and radios of guards you kill are answered instantly. So just to clarify, this is as long as any ECM is active. So if you have this skill and somebody else activates an ECM, as long as you have rush, you can still benefit from the skill. So it's not just from your ECMs. Then signal scan, as long as it's active. So this one is specifically for your ECM jammer. As long as it's active, it'll mark all snipers, techies, cameras, and the FBI vehicle on the map for the entire crew. So this is also a good way if you're having trouble finding the techie, you can activate your ECM jammer and just know where she is. Then extra pockets. This is more of a synergy for all of the tools, but also the ECM. So you get if you pick a tool, you have 50% more of that tool in your inventory when you start the heist, rounded up. So that means that if you have an ECM jammer, you will get half of one is half, so rounded up is 1. So you'll have 2 ECM jammers. You would have 3 micro cameras, I think 3 motion sensors, and I think it's 6 stun mines. I think it's 4 stun mines by default. I don't remember.
I don't remember either.
Yeah. Then kinetic short circuit. If you have rush and anybody's ECM jammer is active, you will stun first responders, guards, SWAT, and heavy SWAT for 5 seconds whenever you shoot them. So it doesn't matter how much damage you do. It doesn't matter what you shoot them. If you take an SMG and just spray, they will all be electrocuted and stunned for 5 seconds at your mercy. Again, this is anybody's ECM, so you just need to have rush. So if you coordinate with your team, you can basically just stun the entire army of cops for a while. Cam distortion, this one's pretty strong for stealth. If you place an ECM jammer half a meter next to a camera, that camera is disabled. This means that you can place an ECM jammer without activating it, and if you use the mastery, which is the full recall, you can pick back up the ECM jammer and re-enable the camera. So this is kind of good to stealth around the map. And then full recall, the last one is the mastery. So how that one works is any gadget you place, as long as it's not a consumable gadget and you haven't used it, you can pick that back up. So what that means is if you set a stun mine and you didn't blow up the stun mine, you can pick it back up. If you set a micro camera, you can pick it up because that one's not consumable. For motion sensors, if you place a motion sensor and it doesn't detect anybody, so it didn't use up any of its charges, you can pick it back up as well. So this is essentially getting more bang for your buck, or if you want some safety. How it works with ECM jammers is because you have to set an ECM jammer before you activate it. You can kind of set an ECM jammer, for example, with camera distortion, and then if you want to move it, you can just pick it back up without activating it.
Sounds good. And someone in chat is asking, while we're talking about skills, are we going to get more skill points to spend on these new skill lines?
Not for now. We will probably evaluate when we're closer to the first year of updates, because there wasn't really a plan to add skill points that quickly. So what we will do is, once we have all the skill points we want for the first year of or skill lines we want for the first year of updates, we're going to sit down, look at what people are playing, how they're using it, whether they need more skill points or not, and then decide, okay, we're adding or we're not adding more skill points. So not for now.
All right, and I also saw someone ask about signal scan, because it mentions, marking snipers and stuff, but does it mark all specials, or is it just the ones?
No, it just marks the tricky, sneaky ones. You can't cheat your way out of knowing where the cloaker is, I'm sorry.
Damn, you just burst the hope for a lot of people there. See, Crazy Diablo is asking, any new Overkill weapon?
No, not in this update.
No, not in this update.
I want to.
See a lot of people wanting them though. Do you
Yeah.
see a question you wanna?
No, before we go through a
Oh
questions
yeah,
order, there's one thing we didn't mention that's not on the slide.
that is true.
One other thing, or two other things we have. So we're adding armor repair kits in this update. What armor repair kits are? They're a weaker version of the armor bag. So kind of how the first aid kit is a weaker version of the medic bag. Armor repair kits are a weaker version of the armor bag. And with armor repair kits, how you get them is you get them through trading hostages.
See all
So
the hype for the armor repair kits.
yeah, so when you trade a hostage in a heist, so the first hostage gives you first aid kits, the second gives you armor repair kits, then first aid kits, then armor repair kits, and it alternates. If you have skills that give you more resources when trading, it will give you more armor kits. So right now in the game, you can get up to 4 first aid kits from one trade if you trade like an employee and you have everything equipped. This is true for armor repair kits. You can get 4 armor repair kits. And how they work is they will not restore a lost armor chunk, but if you have a damaged armor chunk, they will fully repair it. So the damaged armor, so you basically want to use them before you completely lose an armor chunk. This is the first step. Well, not the first step, but this is one of the steps we're doing towards giving you more access to armor replenishment in the game. We're doing some more stuff in the future, so stay tuned. And one thing we want to do with armor repair kits as well is we want to add them to levels in the game. So that's not available right now, but you know how you can go into the security camera room in the game and find ammo? So you're going to be able to find armor repair kits, there where it makes sense as well. And also, if you kill a dozer, he will no longer drop first aid kits, he will drop an armor repair kit. So we're doing that. That's available on all Heist. That doesn't have anything to do with syntax error specifically. And then the other thing we are doing is we are making Overkill even harder. So
Exactly what y'all wanted, right?
yes, it's called Overkill, so I can get away with doing like stuff like that. So what we're doing in this update across all heists is specials will be doing more health damage. That is the first big change. So you will see the exact values in patch notes, but basically those are melee damage, which hits your health, and zapper, electrocution, and gas grenade gas. They're all doing more damage on Overkill. The cloaker is doing more damage on Overkill, very hard in hard difficulty, but not normal. So now he will be even more brutal. And on Overkill specifically, we are increasing the special cap from 2 to 3. So that means that you can have up to 3 specials at a time. You won't get a duplicate, so you won't get 2 or 3 cloakers. But now you will be able to.
I would imagine.
That'll be too much. Not for now, not yet at least. But you will be able to see a cloaker, a nader, and a zapper active at the same time.
So yeah, get excited for syntax error, which I've seen some people asking, when is it coming out? We haven't set a date yet. We're unfortunately not going to be able to say a date today either, but we have said next week. So it is coming very soon, and of course in time for your Christmas heisting. God, give me 3 dozers, Beecroft says. You want 3 dozers at once?
Not yet.
Oh, 3 cloakers, what a dream, right? Crits is saying, so not doing anything against the armor meta. I mean, isn't the armor repair kit kinda...
Yeah.
Or maybe I'm not understanding it correctly.
Yeah, so, I mean, I can answer that because my Twitter mentions are always about the armor meta at this point. Like I said, we're not going to do anything hasty and big sweeping changes because we don't want to replace one meta with another. Like if we do, hey, we solved the armor meta, and now all of a sudden is when are you fixing the health meta? So we don't want to replace one problem with another. We are adding the armor repair kit because we don't want to devalue armor bags specifically. We still want it to be valuable, but we want to give you more sources. We will have some skill changes in the future to give you more ways to replenish armor, and we are looking into making health builds viable but I don't have an estimate on that, so I can't really say what date that will be. But we are looking into, if you want to run a health build, like that you can run a health build. If you want to run an armor build, you can run an armor build. But we don't want to rush it.
Yeah. And I also see more people have asked this, but I caught it again just now, talking about the armor repair kits. What does it do if you have no armor and you pick up an armor repair kit?
So, if you don't have any armor, it's not going to repair anything because your armor is destroyed, so it's only there to repair armor chunks. However, we will have a skill down the line that if you have that skill specifically, you will be able to use an armor repair kit to repair an armor chunk if you have no armor. So it's basically like if you have a 4-chunk armor and you're out of armor, it can give you the last chunk if you don't have anything, but it won't give you the remaining 4. So that's also something we plan to do. So if you really struggle with constantly losing armor, we'll let you recover the very last chunk with a repair kit, but you still need to trade hostages to get repair kits.
Or kill dozers.
Or kill dozers, yes. You can try killing a dozer on Overkill without any armor. You're fully welcome.
But yeah, that's some of the changes coming, and I know there's a lot of questions about other improvements as well. I see Dead Zone on controllers mentioned a lot. This is not the full patch notes. It is part highlights of the patch notes. I don't know the full patch notes, to be perfectly honest with you all, because there's quite a lot of fixes coming in. And I don't have the full list memorized, so you will see the full details when the patch comes out. But of course, there's a lot of things that aren't going to be making it into this, but that doesn't mean that we're not doing anything with it. It's we're still looking into a lot of issues, and there's going to be more fixes coming in the new year as well, even if it doesn't come into this specific update. Let's see. Silver Serpent is asking, will the payouts for each heist be better on the harder Overkill difficulty? To compensate, I guess, for the fact that Overkill gets harder, are we increasing the payout?
No, not right at the moment. So we will monitor it and see if it's even more difficult than we kind of wanted, because we launched with Overkill being a bit easier than we wanted it to be. So the last update and this one is making it even harder because we keep getting comments that Overkill is a cakewalk. Obviously, it's not a cakewalk, because I also play the game very frequently, so it's not easy, but it's obviously not reaching the targets we wanted to reach. But we're all constantly looking how many heists people are playing, which heists they're playing, and if we feel that payouts are underperforming, we can update that, I believe, outside of patch windows, because it's all on the server side. Yeah. So, so the answer to that question is, not right now, but that doesn't mean we won't do it.
Yeah. And I see a lot of one that I kind of forgot to cover earlier as well, but a lot of people asking about the price of the DLC. But we haven't shared the price yet. It will be live on the store pages soon. But again, I want to reiterate that if you already own the Silver Edition, if you already own the Gold Edition, then you will not have to pay anything extra for Syntax Error. Because you basically already paid for it by getting the Season Pass either for the first half year or for the first year. Let's see. Is there anything else? I see Makings of Matt is asking, hope bots get more love on Overkill as well. We just recently made a change to the bots, didn't we? With the health increase. I believe that was in the Legacy patch?
Yes, so the last patch increased bot health by 300%. So they can kind of hold their ground now. And these changes in Overkill difficulty don't really affect bots, because I don't think any of those health attacks that the specials do actually are ever targeted at crew AI, which is a different topic entirely, but yeah. They should perform the same they are right now in the game, which is not as good as some players, but better than other players.
Also, I see someone on the YouTube chat is asking, any new interaction animations? Again, I don't know the full list. Do you know? I know more are coming, but I don't know if more are coming in this update.
I'm not aware.
I'm not 100% sure, but stay tuned for the patch notes. The full patch notes will come out on release day, and if there are new animations, we will, of course, list them in there. Let's see. Anything else? There's a lot of questions. I probably missed a lot of them.
I can say one.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Fat Yoshi saying mayhem, death wish, death sentence, question mark. Do you guys want the game to be harder? If you want the game to be harder, maybe we can consider that.
Maybe we need to beef up Overkill even more.
I think Overkill is probably after this update going to be in an okay spot, but if you
a
want...
lot of no's, they don't want it.
You don't want the game to be even harder? Okay.
Ricky Fingers want more. Nirko wants says yes.
Well, okay. I can if people don't want the game to be if they want a new difficulty, I can just buff the cloaker on all the other difficulties instead again.
Yeah, do that. Get more cloaker difficulty going. All right, let's see. When will you gonna add Small Dallas in the game? I do not believe we have Small Dallas in the roadmap, or maybe we do and it's just unaccounted for. I don't know.
Ooh. I see a question from Nuclear 223. Good point. Are the sentries saved from the Techie?
Oh yeah.
For now. Like I said, we still have more work on the Techie. One of the work involved is the Techie interaction with the player turrets. So for now, sentry turrets say in their description they do not attack mechanical targets. For this update, that is not true. So you can use sentry turrets against drones, but once we roll out the Techie across the game, your turrets will not attack the drones. So enjoy sentry drone counters while you can.
There you go. And I see one question here. Are there going to be more changes to leveling? I mean, in the last update, we already added, in case you've missed it, at the end of each heist, you get infamy points based on A, that you completed the heist, B, if you get all bags or not, and also C, if you completed it in stealth or not. And I believe we said that's step 1, right? We're going to do more stuff?
Yeah, so for the infamy point payout, so we have the initial values in, we kind of need them to be in the game for a while and have people play for a while so that we can see how far people are progressing before we see if we need to adjust how much we pay out, whether it's, a certain heist not paying out enough, or whether it's the actual values across the board being too low. So, it's out in the wild. The update was 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, it's
a week and a half ago.
since.
Yeah, so we need some more time to get some more data. And also, we need some time to evaluate, people have been asking infamy point payout per bag instead of all or nothing on the loot part. That's also something we need to evaluate and see if we want to change. But if we change that, do we want to change the stealth payout to be to not be binary so that you can get partial stealth completion in the payout? So this is not the final stage of it, but it's probably going to be like this for a little while until we see what other changes we want to make to it. But also, this update and the previous update, they have new challenges. So there's new weapon challenges, there's new heist completion challenges, and you can complete these challenges, the heist ones, even if you don't own the DLC. So if you join a friend, you'll be progressing these challenges and you'll be able to get infamy points from them.
And I see a lot of people as well asking if there's going to be a Christmas event. We've kind of put most of our focus into the syntax error heist. We have not been able to create a separate Christmas heist alongside it, but we hope you still have fun with syntax error, even if it's not specifically Christmas themed. I guess you can kind of... if we go back to some of the screenshots, I guess you can pretend that some of this is just Christmas lights, right? There's a lot of lights.
Yep. I see one question I want to answer.
Oh, yeah? Go ahead.
Well, let me pick some more hard-hitting ones.
Do it.
So, stop scrolling, chat. Shadow King 58 asks, Mio, making the IP bonus payout for all bags be all or nothing disincentivizes people from actually going for any more bags than the minimum requirement unless they're like a pro at the game and can even last that long, which 9% of the casual player base of the game most likely aren't able to do. So, there's a lot to unpack in that. So first off, we noticed an issue in the game before this update that people would only still steal minimum loot in the heist instead of doing everything. So for example, if you do dirty ice, a lot of people realized, I can just steal the minimum bags twice and get more money per minute than doing dirty ice once and stealing everything. So we want something in the game that says, no, you need to clean this out. And we also want something to make you greedy, because some heists that have low minimum bags but have a lot of like optional bags, um, they we can't really give you high completion bonus, but we can give you a high all bags bonus. And really, like, your robbers, you should be greedy, and you should be punished for being greedy, and prove us wrong and actually get away with it. So it's kind of like ties more into the game. But again, we're evaluating this. It might be per bag down the line, but for now, it's gonna be like this.
Yeah. And I also see another question here. Can C-stacks be a reward as well upon heist completion? I do not believe that is on the agenda. I feel like that would be a bit too strong, but you can get them for some challenges, right?
You can get them, from some like level up challenges. We are currently looking at C stacks, like in terms of how much people are spending, how much people are buying C stacks, and so on.
Yeah, just now someone's saying they think they're way too expensive.
Yes, so we're looking into that right now. I don't have an answer on what we'll do, because right now I have the player impressions, which is, hey, this stuff is too expensive. So now we're trying to look at the data to back that up, because it could be that people say stuff is expensive, but then when we look at the data, people are actually buying a ton of stuff. But it could also be that stuff is expensive and therefore people are actually also not buying anything. And we might need to reevaluate. Maybe some items are too expensive. Maybe C stacks themselves are too expensive. So we're looking into that. But I don't have an answer because we're still waiting on some of the data.
All right, let's see. What else do we have? Will there be a reason, since we're on the topic of C-stacks, will there be a reason to save C-stacks for maybe more expensive clothing? I mean, maybe? Is that a tough one to answer? I guess it depends on what you're after, right?
Yeah, I mean, we didn't really build it around you owning everything right away.
Yeah.
And kind of the issue with cash from Payday 2 is the longer you play, the more cash you have. Right now, because the game is still fresh, it's also, people, we kind of get conflicting comments. Like even like right now on this stream, where people are like, oh, it's not worth it getting all the money doesn't have value. But then we get the other comment of, oh, everything's too expensive. So we're basically looking more into like C stacks in general and how people are using it, and are going to make adjustments after we have more information to get a proper call.
Yeah, and just still on the topic of C-stack, I was seeing someone saying it's too expensive, feels like they were meant to be a microtransaction and perhaps will still be eventually. Quick answer, no.
No, they are not microtransactions.
No.
I've gone multiple times on record, and no, we're not making a microtransaction.
They were never planned to be
They were
microtransactions.
never planned to be.
It was more so just to have something, because I know in Payday 2,
Continental coins, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And you had the cash. They were you had so much cash that whatever you put as the price of something didn't matter because everyone had so much cash. So C-stacks is one way of us to combat the same thing happening basically in Payday 3, where you have so much money that it doesn't matter what we price things because you have so much of it. All right, let's see. What else do we got? Seeing a question about, could you please add an unready button? So I don't know if this is for this update. I don't believe it is, but that is definitely a very popular request that we see a lot, that we are working on. Whether it will be for this or for a future update, I don't know. But the unready button is on our list. Same thing with server list. God, I forgot the word for it. Server browser. And a few other quality of life upgrades as well. I know they're on our list, but I don't know exactly how close they are to coming to fruition. Let's see. And yeah, that's another one. Will you be adding a way to matchmake to specifically play loud only? That's another thing we see a lot of feedback for. People want to be able to tell ahead of time, whether am I, loading into stealth? Am I loading into a loud lobby? Can I only look for one or the other? Which is also something we're going to improve.
Yeah, Andres mentioned on one of the previous streams that we did have a quick play during the beta, I think, and then we had to remove it for launch due to some technical issues. It will make a comeback at some point. I don't know when, because that's not information I have access to or can share. But yes, if it comes back, we will definitely either when it comes back or after it comes back also consider things like stealth and loud filtering.
Absolutely. Right. What else? There's one for you there. Kind of a long one if you want to try.
Let's see.
There.
Okay. Mio, why did the Payday 3 shotgun mechanic change to pellets dealing total damage and not individual pellet deals full damage like in Payday 2? Now shotguns aren't that great for crowd control, but just weaker DMRs. They also have a limited rate of fire, not counting new shot. It's probably going to be not so high damage. I don't work on weapons. I can say, though, that with the pellets dealing total damage, that was something I agreed with as well. I think that we should have made this change, and I'm glad we did, because when you have one pellet deals the full damage in a shotgun, which is what Payday 2 does, it leads to some weird counterintuitive play where you want your accuracy to be as worse as possible so that you can have a massive pellet spread, which, might work for Payday 2 because Payday 2 has different balancing, but it wouldn't work for how we balance Payday 3.
Yeah, and just to reiterate as well, because there might be some people who have come in late. We have mentioned this earlier in the stream as well, but people are asking when is Syntax Error coming out, and we can say that it is next week. I can't say a date yet, unfortunately. I know a lot of you want a specific date, but all I can commit to right now is next week. That's a good one.
Yeah. OS Killed Gaming, I hope that's pronounced correctly. Could you make favors be purchasable in the lobby, or at least give us 10, 25 packages in the shop? Stacking up is annoying and time consuming. We are aware of that request. I'm in personal agreement with that request because, again, I play the game a lot and I have to deal with the same things you all folks have to deal with, trust me. So we're looking into that, but I can't really share anything more than that at this point.
Yeah. And I also see a question specifically for me here saying, I'm a stealth player. What I expected for Payday 3 was the body bags. Do you guys still will add in the future? And I want to ask you to clarify because I'm not sure why do you need the body bags for? We can just move the bodies. Is there something I'm missing with the body bags?
Yes, I got asked this question the other day,
Oh,
so
really?
I know exactly
Okay.
what it is.
All right.
So body bags on Payday 2, they let you bag a body, and then you can throw the bag.
Yeah.
But in Payday 3, you can't throw bodies. You can only
that's what they
place
want.
them.
You want to throw them. Okay.
Yes, that's the main thing.
Right.
I'm aware of this criticism that you cannot throw bodies, but we need to check what all the implications are for that, because
I guess
now
it could be this as well. It could mask the body to make it a non-criminal thing.
Yeah, but so right now the game is balanced around if you kill somebody, whether it's a guard or a civilian, it becomes a problem. Like it's you're God, do people even remember Weekend at Bernie's?
I would hope so. It's a classic. But
yeah. You're basically stuck with a body, and you have to now address this problem. And that's why bodies are a bit more tricky to deal with. That said,
that's why you can't crouch with them too, because I'm seeing people saying you should be able to crouch with the body.
I'm aware of the comment that body management needs to be a bit easier, but we haven't gotten a chance to look into it and evaluate all the implications. Because if we add something like a body bag, it could change the dynamic of stealth considerably to make it much easier. And we might need something like a security modifier that deals with that, because it's okay maybe if there is a strong strategy, but we want to counter them with security modifiers. So the answer is yes, I understand the differences between Payday 2 body bags and Payday 3 not body bags, but we need to investigate all the implications so we don't break the game balance fully.
Yeah, and also has a really interesting question here from Sea-Dog. Any chance with Transporter we can hold a human shield while we carry only one bag on our back? I haven't even considered that.
I actually don't know how that works with animations and stuff like that. So I don't know. I would have to actually just check around and ask around. Sorry.
All right, let's see. All right, we're 10 minutes left before we gotta wrap up. We probably missed a lot of questions. I shouldn't ask if we missed anything, but let's see what questions we can get to for the last part. There you go. Offline mode. We've kind of skipped over offline mode, and mostly because we don't really have an update on offline mode. We still see that it is very requested, but we're not currently adding offline mode. It is still on the table, though, like we have said. The Mook over here is asking any new characters coming in this update. So if you mean playable characters, it's a no, but we're bringing this new enemy. I can put her back on the screen. She's coming into syntax error.
Yep. Tech Jean on YouTube asks any weapon buffs or nerfs.
That's a
so,
good one, yeah.
for this patch, no. Since we're adding 3 new weapons to the mix, we didn't really want to touch any of the existing ones. But for the patch after this one, I hope that we will do a balance pass to weapons to see if there are any like problem spots. Kind of like how we've been doing it with skills. There are some skill adjustments and tweaks in this patch though, and I don't think there are any nerfs, so I guess no need to panic, but you will see the patch notes next week.
Yep, for sure. And talking about the Techie, since she came up again, someone's asking, can a Techie hack through different floors?
So, yes. So the Techie proximity thing is not based on like the traversal distance. So if it's let's say if it's like 10 meters for the glitch effect for the Techie, it's not 10 meters of you going up the stairs. It's like actual real 10 meters through the wall. So if you're looking around, you have to also consider, oh, is the Techie on the floor below me? Is the Techie on the floor above me? And because the Techie also deploys the like refractor shield, you will have situations where you're panicking, getting annoyed, trying to find the Techie, and she's in plain sight, and you're just glossing over her shield.
Yeah, probably. And I also see someone asking, any more patch notes coming, or is it over already? We have already gone through the highlights that we wanted to go through today, or we're just answering some last minute questions before we wrap up. But yes, these are the highlights we have shared. We're not going to share any new stuff today.
Remy Mayfalia on YouTube asks, will we be able to give AI team commands and assignments? So, for crew AI, there's definitely a lot of room for improvement there and quality of life stuff we could do. Right now, it's really a matter of prioritizing stuff. So, for example, like the people who work on the Techie are the people who would work on crew AI improvements and so on. I would recommend you guys tell us what you would like to see more in the game. Do you want to see more enemies? Do you want to see more enemy variants? Do you want to see improved crew AI? Because knowing what you want to see will help us prioritize stuff further. But right now, we don't have crew AI commands planned. Or like further customization like in Payday 2. But if you want it, let us know, and then we can say, okay, people want more crew AI stuff, they don't want more enemies.
Yeah. So just to add to that, if you've ever been to our website, or maybe another couple places where this is linked as well, we do have a site on featureupvote.com, I believe. But you can go there, and if no one else has mentioned what you want to bring up, you can create a ticket for it. But if it is already created, you can go and upvote it. And having these upvotes helps us a lot to determine what is the most popular request from you, the players. So please do make sure to use this site and go and upvote the stuff that is in there, and also add your own if it's not already in there, because that is something we do look at when we try to prioritize what we should work on next. All right, let's see. We have 5 more minutes.
I can answer this one. This is like we get this one every time. So Jimmy Main on YouTube asks, will we ever be able to see how much money we make when we are securing bags like in Payday 2? I don't know why they got rid of it in 3 because it doesn't seem like something really hard to code. I can't comment on the coding part because I'm not a programmer. I don't know if you are, but with but with the bags, So the value of the bags is something we know people want. We are investigating it, but the way it works right now in the game is that the bag loot also depends on some other factors, like are you stealthing? Did you secure them in stealth? There are some other modifiers as well to determine how much value in the bag is. So we are aware of the request. It's pretty popular. We are looking into it, but it's not just a simple, display number thing.
It would be nice if game development was so simple, but unfortunately not. And another popular question I see in here, can we upgrade to Silver and Gold Edition? So currently, if you are playing on Xbox, you can upgrade, because if you're playing on Game Pass, you're not going to be able to get the DLC included. So there is a gold upgrade available separately. This is unfortunately currently not available on Steam or PlayStation, however.
Hat McShooty on YouTube. I'm taking the YouTube ones because I'm on this side.
Yeah,
That's
obviously
okay.
on Twitch because this is my side.
Yeah. Hat McShooty asks, can we get a minigun as an Overkill weapon? We need an Overkill weapon made for close quarters, one that doesn't damage you like the grenade launcher or is semi-automatic like the sniper rifle. I think that's like a pretty good request. I don't think it's fair that you get a minigun, but the cops don't, though. So please keep that in mind.
Minigun dozers win. All right, let's see. Another few questions before we wrap up. I see Payday Lucky is just saying C-stack. That's not a question. 71 FP though asks, can traded hostages drop first aid and repair kits at the same time? I believe it just alternates, right?
It alternates, yes. Yeah. So it alternates globally. It's not per person. So you won't have like if I trade one and then my friend trades one, we both get first aid kits. It's a global thing that rotates. So every odd hostage will give you first aid kits. Every even will give you armor repair kits. And PD Lucky, we talked about C-stacks earlier, so I recommend checking out the VOD.
Yeah, we've talked about a lot, so if you come in late, you may have missed it. Definitely go back and check what we talked about before, because odds are that we may have already answered your question. Just like I see people asking about Unreal Engine 5, that is something we've answered, not in this stream, but before, and it is still coming within the first year. So obviously that's not going to be this year, but it's going to be next year.
George Holman asks, some of my guns cannot be max level. Is this a bug? We're aware of it being an issue for some players. I know we are looking into it, but I don't have any other info on that, sorry.
And I also see it's Boss Samuel on YouTube saying, I love the All Gods of Asgard t-shirt from the other video. Thank you. I'm glad so many people picked up on that. I was very proud. I think I recorded that. That was like the week after I finished the game. So I was very much still in Alan Wake mode. But let's see what else. Dual weapons coming soon. I know akimbo weapons is a popular request that I've seen. You've probably gotten that a fair bit yourself.
Yeah. Right now, nothing on akimbo weapons. Sorry. We are aware that it's a popular request, but if you want to tell us how popular it is, again, go to feature upvotes. As usual, with development, it's a matter of prioritizing stuff. So. Yep. If we do akimbo weapons, that probably means we can't do some other things. So we need to know what people really want and what we feel contributes to the game.
See, is Twitch chat even being read? I think we take most of our questions from Twitch chat today. So yes, Twitch chat is absolutely getting read. But unfortunately, we are now at 6 p.m. Do we want to try and pick one last question and then we wrap it up?
Yeah, I can. Do we have anything? I saw one by where I'm past.
Yeah, sometimes it just auto scrolls and then we lose it. This one maybe with high specific favors?
Do we have any way to buy high specific favors? I feel like grinding small heists to get the favor I want is kind of annoying. So we are looking into how players acquire favors right now. We are aware of this request, and we are looking into whether we can do it, how we can do it, and when we can do it. So the answer is nothing planned that we can share right now, but we are actually looking into it.
And yeah, that's basically the TLDR for a lot of things. Like, there are a lot of questions we have answered for right now. Our priority is, of course, this coming update, but there's still a lot of fixes that are coming. We see a lot of requests. I see DX12 mentioned a lot. And, let us know what you want to see, and maybe that is something we can put priority towards. But yeah, we were gonna have to wrap it up here. It is 6 p.m. It is the end of the stream, but thank you all so much for tuning in. I will make sure to do what I did last time I did the stream, which is to find a place on the website where I can put up the presentation. So in case you missed it, in case you want to scroll through it in your own pace, I will make sure that this is available to you, so you can go through that. And yeah, thank you all so much for tuning in. Thank you, Mio, as well, for joining me. And yeah,
Yep.
final words.
Yep. Thank you for having me. Yeah, I hope you enjoy Syntax Error, and please let us know how hard the Techie is, so
Yes.
that we can make her even harder or easier. We'll see how we feel.
And the new Overkill difficulty as well, the changes that are coming.
I'm sure people are just gonna post screenshots of like, oh, we beat Overkill. Look how easy it is.
And then we just make it even harder.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, thank you all so much for watching. Make sure to follow the channel if you enjoyed it, and we will be back again with more streams next week. Goodbye, everyone.